Hi. Unfortunately, this is my second time making this video, so I might go a little faster. For some reason, the computer made it a mirror image and turned everything around, so hopefully that doesn't happen this time. What I want to talk about in this video is how to find credible sources where the search engine has done a little bit of that work for you. So I'm starting off here on the library website, and I'm sorry to say that they used to have a library link up here on top, but now it's all the way at the bottom. So I moved all the way to the bottom, and it says current students, and there's a library link here. So if you click on that, you get the library page, which has a search bar right there, asking you, what do you want to search, and you can find books, articles, etc. And it's doing it together, which is great. But I want to direct you to the library databases and show you that there are a lot of library databases that our library has access to. For example, if you were in an accounting class and you just want to find accounting articles, this is a good collection for accounting. We have more general topics, so I'm going to take you to a database called ProQuest. And so if you click the P on the databases, there's ProQuest right here. And since I'm not on campus, I have to log in with my username and password. And here at ProQuest, I can enter my search terms. So I know we're writing something about teamwork. I'm just going to write teamwork, but of course you would add whatever additional element you were looking for to try to narrow your search. The more terms you add, the smaller your search result will be. The more broad it is, the larger it will be. So just doing teamwork gives me over 1 million results, and it's remarkably fast. But what I wanted to show you is that what this has given me, there's a little icon on the side of each of the sources, and you can see that here we have a long list of the types of sources, from newspapers to blogs. Okay, and Scholarly Journals has this little mortarboard cap here, so we can find them here. So here's a scholarly one. If you only wanted to look at scholarly ones, you could just click scholarly, and that'll change the 1 million, over 1 million results now drops down to 130,000, which is still a lot. But at any rate, you can click on these. Let me pull this a little bit to the side. You can see here we have an article that has full text as well, so you can see the whole thing. That's a good thing. It has a cite button. Unfortunately, if I said, oh, I opened this article and I read it and thought it was great and I wanted to cite it, I have the cite button. But still, you always have to go through and make sure it's correct. This one looks okay, just looking at it quickly. And all you would do is highlight the whole thing and then paste it into your works cited list. And of course, alphabetically organized. And this is what I mean by hang indent. And hanging indent, if you didn't know, is when the very first line is to the left. That makes Aguado, the first author's last name, out easy to see. And by the way, this is Aguado David et al. Et al. Means and more, because the article is written by more than one author. Let me move this back. So you can see David Aguado, Ramon Rico, Miriam Sanchez Manzanares, and Eduardo Salas. So 4 authors. And when you have multiple authors, as you often will find in academic papers, it has a little bit of the peer editing element in it, which is part of why they're a little bit more credible. Okay, so this was using ProQuest, and I'll go back to the search results. Sometimes you can get a PDF of the full text when you download it. So you can see full text PDF here, full text PDF, and that will actually give you page numbers, right? If I click here on full text PDF, I get an actual picture of the article, what it looked like in the journal with page numbers. So then you can, on your citation, you can cite pages as well. On the and Google, I know you all know how to use Google, but Google also has I've already got it here. Google Scholar has a search engine that just looks for what it considers credible sources. So if you click on Google Scholar, and then I went and added teamwork, you can see that Google has very often is going to have these sources with multiple authors. The articles themselves are cited by other researchers. That's part of how Google decides that the source is more credible, because other academics writing on this have found them useful. So if I click on this one here, it's from, let's see, Australian something ECU University, Edith Cowan University. And there are two authors here. You can read the abstract and see if it's on the topic. An abstract is a little summary of the article. Sometimes they have a citation feature as well. But again, I'm expecting you to be able to figure that out when you're dealing with a journal and website. Sometimes if you see here, there's let's go back to that one. There's a cite button there, and it has here, it says here's the MLA version, but it's actually not. It's not correct. The MLA does not have the date like that, and so sometimes you can't trust it. You always got to look at it closely. Okay, so Google Scholar will get you possibly credible sources. You still need to take a look at it. If you go back to ProQuest and do a search on ProQuest, again, you can choose to have scholarly sources. That's not necessarily the case. I'll take out this scholarly check again and add the other elements, books, dissertations and theses obviously are going to be scholarly. Dissertations are what people write to get their doctorates. But anyway, perhaps the newspaper will have something in it that is worthy, and you'll just have to justify why you think it's a credible source. All right, so good luck.